Hi, this is Gary Cox, and I'm a senior technical consultant with Bluefish Development Group. And welcome to what is our first Ephesoft video. This is just a short demo on how to work with and manipulate OpenLDAP, which is kind of the default authentication integration with Ephesoft. And we're going to run through real quickly if you need to change some of the passwords and manage users and stuff through OpenLDAP, kind of some of the tips and tricks for that. It's real helpful to be able to do this, even if you're going to point an Active Directory at some point during a test phase before you're ready to point an Active Directory, to be able to manipulate OpenLDAP settings. And so just a short demo to kind of walk through some of those. So we're going to go over to the computer, and I'm going to do a screencast from there. Thanks.
Hi, thanks for joining us here. We're going to look at a couple of key points for managing the OpenLDAP component of the Ephesoft installation. Ephesoft does support integration with Active Directory, but there are cases where you may want to use the sort of built-in OpenLDAP integration, especially in a situation where you may be doing some initial testing and you're not ready to point at the Active Directory server yet, but you need to set up roles and users and manipulate those for some testing purposes. So first off, when you install Ephesoft, you do get an installation of OpenLDAP, and that actually ends up in the dependencies directory underneath Ephesoft. So we're going to go down into that. The first kind of interesting thing is the client tool. If you go into the OpenLDAP folder here, there's actually a client tool that lets you manage or look at the directory, manage users and roles and so forth. So we're going to go into LDAP client, into the JExplorer, and then run. Now we're on Windows, so we're going to run the bat file, and it should launch the application. There is a manager user that's set up with this in the config file. One of the things we're going to do after we look at this browser is go change that password. But right now we're going to log in as that user. So we're going to connect, and I'm just on a local host here, and I'm actually on port 389. And the base DN for this is Ephesoft.com. And then we're going to log in as a user. We're going to log in as the manager user. So from the comp file, we can actually grab the manager account, which is manager.ephesoft.com. And we're going to jump back to the application. So I'll put that in. The default password is secret. We're going to change that in a minute. But you log into JExplorer, you can see the default installation creates a Ephesoft.com with an admin group and 3 roles. By default, the Ephesoft user is part of the admin group. User 1 is in role 1, user 2 is in role 2, user 2 and Ephesoft are in role 3. So you can use all those roles for testing. You can also create, if you need to create another group, you can. But under people, there's Ephesoft, this is the admin user. And by default, the password for this, when you install Ephesoft for the first time, the password is demo. And this can be changed just by changing the password here, assuming you're logged in as the manager user for OpenLDAP. So if I enter a new password, hit submit, I can actually change the demo password to something else that's more secure. And I could also add another person here, another user, and add them to the admin role if I wanted to change the admin user completely. Again, I'm logged in as the manager user. So this is a basic view of the JExplorer. This will let you get around the OpenLDAP administration, like on a test server. So if we leave this, we want to look at changing the default password for the manager user. By default, it's secret, and if you go into actually 3 places you need to change this. The first is in the LAPD comp file, right here. Sorry, and if you go to open that file up and go to the bottom of it, you can see the root DN of the manager is here. Now this could be changed, right, if needed. Now you could just change the password to something secure. So you can change it to whatever is needed. Once you bounce OpenLDAP, that should be changed. So this is the configuration file for OpenLDAP. Now, once you've changed that, you're going to break the Ephesoft integration because it's still using the old password. And so there's two places where that needs to be changed. So we're going to go up from this directory up to the Ephesoft level, and then go into Application, WebInf, Classes, MetaInf, and down into User Connectivity. And if you open up User Connectivity.properties, the manager user is actually defined right here in the password. So you want to change that. And then there's one more place you need to change. Actually, in the Java application itself, the server.xml file actually makes use of this as well. And I don't want to open it. I'm going to open it in a text editor. So toward the bottom of this file, there's actually an entry for the LDAP connector right here. And this can be changed as well. So once you've changed those two Ephesoft configuration files, you can stop and start Ephesoft, and it should be able to log back into OpenLDAP again. And again, once you've done that, you have a more secure setup, and then you can actually modify users and roles as needed by using JExplorer for your testing purposes. Now, down the line, you're probably going to want to actually change to point at, say, Active Directory or something. But again, for testing purposes, it's really useful to use the OpenLDAP integration. It's installed, you can install it by default. It runs locally as a service, and it makes it really easy to do testing. So that's it for the computer video. Just a quick demo round trip of using JExplorer and changing manager account and being able to manipulate other user password accounts in OpenLDAP integration with Ephesoft. Thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us for this video today. Look for more Ephesoft videos moving forward, along with more Alfresco videos. Thanks for joining us, and again, check out our other videos. We continuously post them to the site and try to do several every quarter. Thanks for joining us.